just wanted to spend, I only have 15 minutes and I'm not going to get super detailed, so I just want to be funny a little bit and do something different. And you don't have to do this part, but if you want to, we've been kind of sitting in chairs, and you don't have to do anything, but just if you want to, you can wiggle and shake your arms or rotate your arms, slap your face or wake up some way, just stretch about and be relaxed, you know. Usually I do this little clapping thing. If y'all want to do this with me, you just rub your hands together, and I say 1, 2, 3, and then we clap. 1, 2, 3, and boom. So the energy in the room's already connected. We feel better, you know. This is more like a permaculture and Sanskrit-based approach of educating folks that are. Let's keep these floating around. If anyone's coming in new and hadn't smelt the herbs that I'm passing around, you can open it, smell it, put the cap back on. Okay, so I just wanted to, in my short, brief time, take a few minutes to acknowledge that we're in a temple of knowledge. And I like all the conferences, but it is very different than going from your hotel room down to a conference room and back up and forth. And it is a little bit more challenging, but feeling the energy of knowledge being stoked is amazing. And I just love this campus, and I feel so grateful for being here and breathing this fresh air and being with you all. I wanted to mention that I think it's worth mentioning that there were no AI images in my presentation. It's all completely from my own personal content. Also, there's no information that came off the internet. All information either came from direct experience or a checked out book from the library. I'm an artist, a meditator, permaculture designer, and a small local grower, but really what I'm here to inspire everyone to do is to be a nurturer. It's in my crest, my original company, Sustainable Humane Earth. We're still doing that. It's more conceptual, but it is, She Nourishes is the website of Sustainable Humane Earth. So I'm just encouraging everybody that, yeah, sure, we want to raise fish, we want to grow plants, we want to have a successful business, but in order to do any of those things, what you really have to do is to be able to love something and to nurture it. So that's the purpose of this. And I'm also introducing Gilded Granger, which is finally an online distribution company that is just a website. It's still just me. I'll be at home getting your email that you ordered my thing. I'll put it in a box with a little beautiful note, and then I'll send it to you. So I just wanted to make sure that Sustainable Humane Earth, Texas Turmeric, Gilded Granger, and all these things that I presented on, they're all one thing. It's just Gilded Granger is the website now. But it's also everything I do is conceptual. So gilded is obviously sparkling and glowing, and I got that idea from the turmeric plant. And a grange is something that we've stepped away from as a culture. They're very common in Northern California and still existent, especially in the underground cannabis world. It's a place or a gathering place where farmers, a granger, would express their needs and wants and also sell their goods. So it was the original farmer's market type of setup. And the icon and the logo are trying to show that in a really simplistic way. And I do think imaging and branding, if y'all are at this stage of your business development, is super important, and it can be something so creative and magnetic that it attracts people even if you don't even have anything going yet. What else could I say about it? Oh yeah, you know who that is. I have him all over this presentation, and in my regular video version of this, the video plays, and that's me and Max Myers pulling me on a rope, delivering some plants to somebody as a joke. Yeah, so exactly. So I talk about Max in every single one of my talks. One of the talks was an online talk, and I just played an entire video of Max. So I'm not going to go too much into my buddy, but yes, he's all over the place. Before I get too detailed on anything else, I'll just briefly describe that Sustainable Humane Earth is where everything's grown. It's more like a conceptual idea, and we also do other things because I'm autistic. That's my wife and my kid. Everything is fully family-owned, and we produced a show recently that the city of Austin gave us a grant for. It's called Bridging with Mother, and that's what some of these images are coming from. So these are our products that we're offering on Gilded Granger, and we want to use it as a host for other plants, medicinal herbs that we could distribute in a conscious way. Texas turmeric, tulsi, ginger, masala, mint, and flower. And we'll just keep going. How it grows is permaculture design. I've given many presentations on permaculture design, but I won't read this. You can take a picture of it. But what I wanted to show in the picturing is that this is my aquaponics system at Casa de Luz. It's a vegan macrobiotic restaurant in Austin, Texas, and it's in front, and it's connected to the pond. And this is exactly how I grow the turmeric, which is just an open air pond with a media bed and maybe some covering over it. And I'm not going to tell you how I grow it. I'm also not going to read these long slides of what turmeric is good for. I'm just presenting it like it's a deity, you know. It's more just to look at. But some of the things that I'll highlight are really fascinating. The ancient historicity of it. We all know that that turmeric is being used as an anti-inflammatory, and I can't really go into all that detail of what exactly makes it an anti-inflammatory, but it's really about the gut health. So I'm skipping over that and just going to the Sanskrit history of it. They refer to it as Oshadi in Sanskrit. They call it the herb of the sun. And it also created a type of peoples that co-evolved with the plant and the other cultural plants at that time. And they would refer to themselves as the people of the sun. And so I use that philosophy in everything that we do with, and that's how Gilded Granger, the gilded part of Gilded Granger came out. Yeah, absolutely. Anybody got any questions about turmeric before I pass this slide? Tulsi is a medicinal basil. It does grow some in our aquaponics, but I'm also a permaculture designer, and I do use wicking beds. And you can pump your aquaponics water through the wicking bed to fill the reservoirs. So it's just wicking beds are a rock reservoir of water underneath a soil mix that wicks the soil from below, if y'all hadn't ever heard of that. The beautiful story about this Tulsi is that I've been seed collecting for 15 years and growing the same plant. So if y'all smelt that jar hadn't made its way back up here, but if y'all smelt that Tulsi, it has a little bit of cinnamon and lemongrass smell to it, but that's the ancient strain of Tulsi that I brought back from India 15 years ago. The Texas flower story, you're welcome to take a picture of the ingredients and benefits, is that I drive from Austin to Northern California quite often, and I've been collecting mullein seeds from in and around the Kaibab Forest and Grand Canyon and other places in Northern California because it grows wild. And so the mullein that's in my flower that's upstairs, the main ingredient, which would help a cigarette smoker wean off because it will pull tar out of your lungs, that mullein that's in that flower is from the Grand Canyon, so that's pretty fantastic. Texas masala is usually kind of intimidating to folks that don't cook, but it works like a roux in Italian cooking. You cook it into olive oil, not olive oil at all, avocado oil or coconut oil or some high quality, high heat oil, and then you mix the food into that oil, and that's what receives the flavor. And this curry pata plant, which would work like a bay leaf, is the main ingredient, and I'm not growing that in aquaponics also, wicking beds. Texas ginger grows in aquaponics. I find that it's growing slower than the turmeric and less robust, and it's taking a little longer, so I'm still trying to figure out how to do that, but a little scarcity buying, I have less of that, if that's what you wanted to buy from me. So, in fact, this time, because I chose this pink color for a reason. When I've been harvesting it, it's been really rose colored, so the ginger's been coming out really pink. We don't only sell medicinal herbs. I also do this only in hand at our Austin Farmers Market, and it's hinting to the next few slides. Am I burning through this? No, I'm good. So in the last several conferences, I've only talked about plants, not aquaponics. And I'm going to keep doing that. If they let me talk next year, it will also be about plants, and I will isolate certain plants to talk about. And that's mainly because the plants are telling me what to do, and I think they're in charge. And if you allow them to be in charge, like for instance, I gave this example in my last talk. If you're walking through a nursery and you see a plant that you identify with and that you like a lot, and you say, ooh, I want to bring that plant home and plant it, and I want to plant more of those plants, it is that plant that sent the energy to you because it recognized you as a legacy keeper of its existence, and it wants you to plant the thing. So please, when you go back home to your own farms, change your relationship with your plants so that you can see them as a spiritual entity that wants you to care for its legacy. So lastly, I would leave us with a little humor and something practical, because our products often sometimes scare people because they don't make their own teas or cook. So that's my bridge that I have to gap. Our next product is just bottles of liquid that people can drink. But what is tea, you know? Like what is it? I'm asking you all. What is it? Oh my God, you ruined my joke. You could say it's medicinal plants. But medicinal plants is also something that scares people. But just like what you said, medicinal plants are just leaves and sticks. So don't be overwhelmed by it. They're just leaves and sticks, and sometimes a weed. And what's interesting about it, and this is the misnomer that I get at the farmer's market all the time, I'm putting turmeric in my iced coffee. I'm putting turmeric in my iced smoothies. Well, medicinal plants release their potency through high heat. So whether it's boiled tea, cooking with it, or burning it, you're getting the benefit from the medicine because it's warmed up. So also don't be intimidated about taking medicinal plants. Lastly, what tea, medicinal plants, and healing medicine is 3 things. It's 1 part plants. That's the most important thing. I would put them above humans because they can see what we can't see. They know that the changes are coming. That's why they're reacting that way. But we're running around thinking that we have control of everything. We don't. Plants are in charge. That'll make for a good video. Plants are in charge. Next, it's human beings. And obviously, the last thing is trust. But also love, because you can't really trust without love. So while you're drinking the thing, you're loving yourself. You're trusting that it might work. You could say that it's belief, but belief could be shattered. Trust is something that's unbreakable. If you can trust something indefinitely, then it's faith, not belief. So if you have faith, you have trust, you have love, you can heal yourself. Also, you can grow the plants. So if you're an actual farmer, please help me. I'm a small farmer. I want more medicinal plants out in the world because they told me that they want more medicinal plants out in the world. That's all I have. I'll be down to take some questions, but I'm done. Thank you so much.